Dakota Johnson burst into tears. "He broke my heart." Jamie Dornan remains silent amid the scandal storm. Los Angeles, California. When Dakota Johnson took the stage at the Hollywood Women in Film Gala, the room fell silent. She held the microphone, smiled slightly, but her eyes held an indescribable sadness. And then, she said something that left the entire Hollywood world speechless. "He broke my heart." No one expected Dakota, a strong, graceful woman who always kept her private life private, to mention Jamie Dornan, her legendary co-star in 50 Shades of Grey, who was once considered her lost soul. The words made waves on social media, and once again, the mysterious love story between Dakota Johnson and Jamie Dornan became the center of attention of the world. When the past does not sleep. The connection between Dakota Johnson and Jamie Dornan is not a new one. Since 2015, when they starred together in 50 Shades of Grey, people have seen that there is something more special between them than just co-stars: the eyes, the gestures, the way they smile when they look at each other. But when the movie ended, Jamie returned to family life with Amelia Warner, while Dakota went in a different direction with Chris Martin, the lead singer of Coldplay. However, those close to them all know, the story between them never really ended. A close friend of Dakota once revealed to People, she always kept her distance from Jamie, but her eyes never lied. There was something between them, something too real, too deep to pretend it never existed. The quote that shocked Hollywood. When Dakota Johnson exclaimed, "He broke my heart," the atmosphere in the auditorium seemed to freeze. A Variety reporter who was present at the event said, "No one dared to breathe. Everyone knew immediately she was talking about Jamie Dornan." Dakota said nothing more after her speech. She simply walked off the stage, her eyes red. An eyewitness said, "She tried to smile, but tears were rolling down her cheeks. There was no doubt about it. It was the first time Dakota had admitted Jamie had dumped her." Jamie Dornan, a man of two worlds. Jamie Dornan is currently in London filming a new Netflix series. When the news broke, he was immediately thrust into the spotlight. A source told The Sun. Jamie was shocked to hear Dakota say that. He doesn't think she's still hurt. He believes it's all in the past. But those close to Jamie say otherwise. He never forgot Dakota. There was a connection between them that Amelia would never understand. A love that never existed. During the filming of 50 Shades of Grey, Jamie and Dakota were rumored to have fallen in love in real life. Although both denied it, director Sam Taylor Johnson once said, "Their chemistry was so real that sometimes I had to stop filming to let them cool down." Backstage was filled with furtive glances and small gestures caught on camera. But when the lights went down, they had to return to two different worlds. He is a husband, she is a free woman. A crew member recalled, "They laughed a lot, but sometimes I saw Jamie looking at Dakota as if she was fighting with herself." The breakup started with silence. Dakota once said, "I don't need someone who's perfect. I just need someone who won't be silent when I am broken." And that's what drove her away from Jamie. After 50 Shades Freed ended, Jamie completely withdrew. He didn't text, he didn't call, he didn't say goodbye. A source said, Dakota felt abandoned. She thought Jamie would at least say goodbye properly. But he just disappeared. Completely. The "he broke my heart" line now sounds like a belated confession, not from Jamie, but from Dakota herself, who never really got over the pain. When Chris Martin wasn't strong enough to heal. Chris Martin, who proposed to Dakota twice, is a gentle, romantic, and thoughtful person. But according to those close to him, he always sensed another shadow in Dakota's heart. Chris knew Jamie had a very deep place in Dakota's life. He wasn't jealous, but he was scared that she would never love him the way she loved Jamie. A Coldplay insider revealed. Chris wrote a song that was never released, called Ghost in Her Eyes. Everyone knew that Ghost was Jamie Dornan. Jamie speaks after 3 days of silence. 3 days after Dakota's statement, Jamie Dornan broke his silence in an interview with BBC Radio 1. When the host asked, "Did you hear what Dakota Johnson said?" Jamie hesitated, then softly said, "Yes, and I understand." He paused for a few seconds, then continued, "Sometimes silence breaks more than words. Sometimes silence breaks more than words." The audience held their breath. It was a confession, soft but painful. Social media storm. Instantly, the hashtags #he broke my heart and #Jamie and Dakota trended #1 worldwide. Fans were divided. One blamed Jamie for hurting Dakota. The other said he was a victim of circumstance. One viral tweet received more than 2 million likes. Dakota said he broke my heart, but clearly, he wasn't perfect either. Leaked messages. Amid public outrage, an anonymous Instagram account shared screenshots of old messages between Jamie and Dakota, believed to be from 2018. In them, Jamie wrote, "You will always be a part of me, even if I can't be yours." Dakota responded, "That's my favorite part." Although unconfirmed, the messages have touched the hearts of millions. A fan wrote, "They don't need a movie to act out, they just need to be themselves." A secret meeting in Malibu. According to the Daily Mail, just weeks before Dakota spoke out, she and Jamie were seen having dinner together at a small restaurant in Malibu. They sat in a secluded corner, without bodyguards or cameras. A witness said, "They were talking very quietly. At one point, Dakota held Jamie's hand, and he just looked at her. No one smiled, but it was clear they had never forgotten each other." That evening, they left separately, she in an SUV, and he for a walk along the beach. Amelia Warner, the forgotten woman. While the public focused on Dakota, many wondered where Jamie's wife, Amelia Warner, was in all of this. A source close to her revealed, Amelia has known for a long time. She knows Jamie has never really forgotten Dakota, but she's tired of pretending to be okay. Last week, Amelia was caught taking her daughter to school without her wedding ring. British newspapers reported, Jamie Dornan's marriage is on the brink of collapse. Dakota burst into tears backstage. A member of the Materialist's crew shared. When news of her speech was leaked, Dakota cried in the dressing room. She said she didn't regret speaking out, because she had finally broken free from the silence. Dakota told a close colleague, "I tried to forget him. But sometimes memories don't fade, they just lie dormant, waiting for a speech to wake them up." Jamie, the man broken after fame. Behind his handsome and successful appearance, Jamie Dornan has experienced many losses. His mother died when he was only 16. He once said, "When you lose someone early, you learn to hide the pain behind a smile." And perhaps that's what's keeping him from feeling real emotions, even love. An old friend of Jamie's shared. Jamie didn't leave Dakota because he didn't love her anymore. He left because he was afraid that love would destroy everything he had. Unsent letters. Dakota once wrote in her diary, "I'm not mad at you. I just regret that we met at the wrong time. If there's an afterlife, I hope to see you again, when we're both free." A person close to her revealed that she still has a letter Jamie wrote after filming the final part of 50 Shades Freed. In it, he wrote, "Thank you for making me believe in love, even if it was only for 3 years." When fans cried because the truth was so real. On TikTok, the compilation video Dakota Jamie, a true love story behind the screen has reached over 100 million views. The moments when they laughed, held hands, looked at each other emotionally, now seen from a completely different perspective. Fan comments. This is not just a movie. This is the most beautiful goodbye Hollywood has ever seen. Dakota, the last to speak. A week after the shocking statements, Dakota Johnson shared an exclusive interview with Vanity Fair. "I'm not saying this to accuse anyone. I'm just saying, sometimes the people who hurt you are the ones who make you the most real." She paused, then smiled sadly. "Jamie is an important chapter in my life. I won't delete it, but I won't read it again." Jamie's final response. A few days later, Jamie posted a photo of a wilted rose on Instagram with the caption, "Some hearts never heal, they just learn to beat differently." The photo received more than 6 million likes in just a few hours. One fan wrote, "This is the sweetest response to a heartbreaking statement. Hollywood hasn't forgotten." Major publications like E! News, Daily Mail, The Guardian and People all published articles about the most unfinished love affair of the decade. One commentator wrote, "Dakota Johnson and Jamie Dornan didn't just make a movie about love, they lived, lost and never really got over it. Another fateful encounter." The latest news is that Dakota and Jamie will appear together at the 10th anniversary of 50 Shades of Grey early next year. A source in the organizing committee revealed, "They agreed to sit at the same table. No one knows what will happen, but it will definitely be a moment the whole world will watch. The end, when the heart has not forgotten. He broke my heart, just 4 words, but enough to make Hollywood silent. Because behind it is not just a sentence, but the end of an unfinished love story, full of passion and tears." Jamie Dornan, who broke her heart. Dakota Johnson, who dared to speak her heart. And the world, who still believe that true love never dies, it just changes shape. Sparkles, he may have broken my heart, but at least he taught me what it feels like to be heartbroken. Heart.